So let's talk about advisory services. It sounds terribly corporate, doesn't it? Like something a man in an ill-fitting suit would try to sell you at an airport conference room. But you know, if we strip away the jargon, it's actually quite simple. Think of it as having a tech wizard on speed dial. This isn't the person you call when your printer jams. This is the strategic genius you consult before you even buy the printer. They help you make big, important decisions about your company's technology, the kind of decisions that, if you get them wrong, could lead to a catastrophic IT meltdown worthy of its own disaster movie. Advisory services are all about getting expert guidance to navigate the ridiculously complex world of modern technology, ensuring you don't accidentally build your digital empire on a foundation of digital quicksand. These services cover a whole buffet of terrifyingly important areas. First up is cloud migration. Moving your company's data and operations to the cloud is less like moving house and more like trying to move an entire city while everyone is still living in it. You need a plan. You need an expert who knows which cloud provider is right, how to move everything without breaking it, and how to avoid a bill so large it makes your eyes water. Then there's cybersecurity, which is basically the digital equivalent of hiring a team of elite bodyguards for your data because, believe me, there are hordes of digital burglars trying to break in every single second of every single day. And let's not forget governance and compliance, the thrilling yet vital set of rules that keep you from getting sued into oblivion. So why is this so important for any business that wants to, exist in the 21st century? Because technology is no longer just a tool, it's the entire playing field. Making a bad tech decision today can have consequences that ripple out for years, costing you astronomical sums of money, exposing you to crippling security breaches, and leaving you so far behind your competitors, you'll need a telescope to see them. Having an advisor is like having a seasoned guide on a treacherous mountain expedition. You could try to climb it alone with just a map you printed off the internet, but you're far more likely to end up cold, lost, and possibly being eaten by a bear. An advisor helps you pick the right path, avoid the pitfalls, and actually reach the summit in one piece. This is where the conversation gets interesting, because not all advisory services are created equal. For years, the big beast in the room has been Microsoft itself with its unified support model. On the surface, it sounds great, get advice straight from the horse's mouth. But here's the thing about getting advice from that particular horse. It's often slow, incredibly expensive, and designed to keep you firmly inside Microsoft's own walled garden. It's a bit like asking a wolf for advice on sheep pen design. Sure, he knows a lot about the subject, but his recommendations might just be a little self-serving. Businesses need advice that is fast, tailored to their specific needs, and doesn't require taking out a second mortgage. Let's take a closer look at the Microsoft Unified Support model, shall we? It operates on a pay-for-everything basis, where your support costs are directly tied to how much you spend on Microsoft software and licenses. The more you use their products, the more you pay for support, regardless of how much help you actually need. It's like a gym membership that charges you more because you bought expensive running shoes. This model often forces companies into a one-size-fits-all support structure that is anything but personal. You become just another number in a colossal global queue, waiting for a response from an engineer who might be on the other side of the world and has no specific knowledge of your unique business environment or your urgent priorities. The problem with this approach is its inherent lack of customization and speed. When you have a critical issue or need strategic advice on a tight deadline, the last thing you want is to be funneled through a labyrinthine ticketing system. Businesses often report waiting days, not hours, for meaningful engagement from Microsoft's support teams. The advice, when it finally arrives, can be generic and heavily biased towards selling you more Microsoft products. Need to integrate a non-Microsoft solution? Good luck getting impartial advice on that. It creates a frustrating cycle where you're paying a premium for slow, generalized support that doesn't fully grasp the nuances of your operational reality. Furthermore, the value proposition of Microsoft Unified Support is becoming increasingly difficult to justify. The costs are not just high, they are often unpredictable, escalating as your company grows and invests more in the Microsoft ecosystem. This makes budgeting for IT support a nightmare for finance departments. You're essentially writing a blank check for a service level that can feel, frankly, underwhelming. For small and medium-sized businesses, the price tag can be prohibitive, locking them out of the high-level strategic advice they desperately need to compete and innovate. They are left to navigate the treacherous waters of digital transformation on their own, which is a recipe for disaster. This is the great divide in the world of IT support. On one side, you have the incumbent giant, Microsoft, offering a rigid, costly, and often impersonal service that leverages its market dominance. It's a system built for Microsoft's convenience, not necessarily for the customers. On the other side, a new model is emerging, one that prioritizes the client's actual needs. This model is built on principles of speed, deep expertise, personalized service, and crucially, cost-effectiveness. It recognizes that modern businesses require a true partner, not just a vendor. This is the space where third-party providers like US Cloud have stepped in to offer a compelling and superior alternative. Now, let's turn our attention to the alternative, US Cloud. Imagine, if you will, a world where when you call for expert tech advice, you get a real, live, US-based expert on the phone in under 15 minutes. Not a chatbot, not a tiered support agent reading from a script, but an actual senior engineer who can start solving your problem immediately. That's the fundamental promise of US Cloud. They have completely re-engineered the support model to be client-centric. Their entire mission is to provide faster, more effective support and advisory services for the full Microsoft stack, without the bureaucratic red tape and agonizing delays that have become synonymous with traditional OEM support. It's a beautifully simple yet revolutionary concept in the IT world. One of the most significant advantages of US Cloud's advisory services is the level of customization. They don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach because, let's be honest, no two businesses are identical. US Cloud takes the time to understand your specific IT environment, your business goals, and your unique challenges. Their advisors work as an extension of your own team, providing tailored guidance on everything from complex cloud architecture and security hardening to license optimization. This means the advice you get is not only technically sound, but also strategically aligned with your company's vision. It's the difference between getting a generic map and having a personal guide who knows the terrain like the back of their hand. Let's talk about the money, because at the end of the day, it always comes down to the money. US Cloud offers a model that delivers substantial cost savings, typically between 30% and 50%, compared to Microsoft Unified Support. How? By decoupling support costs from your software spending. You pay for the support you actually need, not a percentage of your licensing fees. This provides predictable, transparent pricing that makes financial planning infinitely easier. You're no longer penalized for growing your business. Instead, you're investing in a premium service that provides a clear return through faster problem resolution, reduced downtime, and smarter strategic decisions that prevent costly mistakes down the line. Finally, the speed and quality of the response are simply in a different league. US Cloud guarantees financially backed service-level agreements for response times. This isn't just a marketing promise, it's a contractual obligation. When you need help with a critical security vulnerability or a major system outage, that speed is invaluable. Their engineers are all high-level, experienced professionals, meaning your issue is escalated to an expert from the very first call. This eliminates the frustrating, time-wasting process of battling through lower-level support tiers. It's a model built for the real world, where time is money and problems need to be solved yesterday. When you lay it all out, the comparison becomes starkly clear. On one hand, you have Microsoft Unified Support, a legacy model that feels clunky, impersonal, and eye-wateringly expensive. It's a system where you pay more to wait longer for generic advice that often steers you toward buying more Microsoft products. It's a relationship based on vendor leverage, not a true partnership. For any organization trying to be nimble, cost-conscious, and innovative, this model acts as an anchor, weighing down your budget and slowing your response to critical challenges. It's a system that, frankly, belongs to a bygone era of enterprise IT. On the other hand, you have US Cloud, a provider that has built its entire service around what businesses actually need in the 21st century. They offer a dramatically more responsive and personalized experience. Instead of waiting days, you get expert help in minutes. Instead of generic advice, you get customized strategies from engineers who understand your environment. These are not minor improvements, they are fundamental game changers. The benefits are tangible and immediate: less downtime, stronger security, smoother cloud migrations, and more efficient operations. It's about transforming IT support from a frustrating cost center into a strategic asset that actively drives your business forward. The financial argument alone should be enough to make any CFO sit up and pay attention. The ability to cut your Microsoft support bill by up to 50% while simultaneously receiving a demonstrably better and faster service, is an incredibly powerful value proposition. That money saved isn't just a line item on a budget, it's capital that can be reinvested into innovation, hiring new talent, or expanding into new markets. It's about making your resources work smarter for you. Choosing US Cloud isn't just about saving money on support, it's about making a strategic financial decision that frees up resources to fuel your company's growth and competitive edge. So the final verdict is really no verdict at all. It's just common sense. For any business that relies on the Microsoft ecosystem, moving away from the outdated, costly, unified support model to a provider like US Cloud is a strategically sound decision. It is a choice for faster service, deeper expertise, greater customization, and significant predictable cost savings. In a world where every decision matters, choosing the right advisory and support partner is critical. And when you look at the evidence, the choice becomes incredibly simple. It's the smart move for any business that values its time, its money, and its future.